I'm Lee Morris, and this is Patrick Hall. Join us behind the scenes as we film Photographing the World with Elia Liccardi. If you want more information about either of the two tutorials that we filmed, head over to fstoppers.com/store.
In this week's episode, we fly from Singapore to Hong Kong. We wind up scrapping several video lessons because of the heavy smog, and an innocent night on the town turns into an all-night rager.
Final day here in Singapore. We now have the problem of fitting all these bags into the super small taxis that are here. This is the exit card to get out of Singapore and the entry card. Warning, death for drug traffickers under Singapore law. Singaporean bathroom in the airport. Excellent. Yes. Can we do that?
The Hong Kong currency?
Hong Kong dongs.
If you ever find yourself a little burned out from flying, I would suggest coming up with a new form of entertainment. So we got the poop here on the conveyor belt, and I'm just gonna walk around casually, see people's reactions. No one seems to care. It's just business as usual here in Hong Kong. After our fake poop made a few laps around the carousel, it was time to go out and find our taxi driver. So we just arrived in Hong Kong, and apparently this is the only taxi that they have. And there's a very good chance that's gonna be us. This is not looking good. The plan does involve a bungee cord. No, I'm not joking. These yellow gloves have a part in this plan. I don't know what that part is. He's done this before. What could go wrong?
So this hotel seems a little nicer than where we've stayed before, huh?
Well, I don't know yet. We haven't seen the rooms.
Well, the lobby's nice. So we're currently in the Peak Mall. If you can see through this, it's kind of interesting. We're looking down on the city here. We're taking B-roll of Elias scouting a location that we're going to shoot later tonight through this glass.
So this is going to be a really short lesson, but it's a really cool technique. So right now I'm still on the Peak, but I'm inside of the mall, and there's this really nice shot, but it's through glass. So we've been really lucky in Singapore and in Hong Kong. We've been shooting in open air environments. Even in this situation, I could just go to the top of the Peak and get the shot without the glass, but I wanted to illustrate a really important concept. Sometimes when you go to cities, the best shot you can get is going to be through thick glass. And if you want that blue hour or that iconic night shot, you're going to have to deal with a lot of reflections, and you're going to have to be able to mitigate as many of those reflections as possible before you shoot.
We're here at a beautiful park today, just kind of chilling, walking around Hong Kong, and Lee is getting his fortune taken. We're going to capture this magic on video.
All right, so what's next? Magic? What are you doing? Magic?
He's giving you a fortune.
Yeah, my fortune, right? My future?
No, sir. My meditation is no.
Your what?
What is it?
Telling your fortune's not magic.
Recording me getting my fortune read.
What is this?
You're telling him a fortune. In 3 years, something's going to happen to him, right?
No, sir. This no. I don't like this.
Okay, well, we gotta go. But thank you.
No problem. Have a nice.
It didn't work too well.
No, it didn't work.
Apparently, when the camera comes on, this could be the best possible way to get rid of people who just bug you and just start filming. Yeah. After a failed fortune attempt, it was time to head over to the Avenue of the Stars to film the city as the sun set behind it.
So Patrick has found his sensei. These are the moves you were doing in Singapore. Yes.
Yeah, You think I'm crazy, but look at the crowd he draws. I do it. Nobody knows. Yeah, I want one of those for nighttime.
With the belt and everything?
The whole thing. I would do flip-flops, slippers.
Look how many portrait photographers there are all in the same space. There's another instant photo photographer. Here's another one. And another one. Interesting setup. Got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Flash going there. Sony shooter there. And Olympus here. Yeah. And everyone's got different gear too. We got the Sony, the Olympus, the Canon,
We
the
gotta
Yu-Gi-Oh!
get them flash disc.
I know. Let's just quit this project halfway through and set up shop right here.
Or go to Macau and play craps.
Yeah, we'll do that too.
當告別了戀人，當我落魄失魂，總會面對黑暗，兩人跌在流裏犧牲。當我習慣一人，當我在腦海自製興奮。
So one piece of gear that's actually getting used a bunch, I didn't think it would be, is the Magic Arm here by Manfrotto. This thing, we've been able to clamp it to so many different things. We even used it for a section where Elia used it, so I'm glad we did bring that. However, where are we right now?
We're at the Avenue of the Stars. That's the entire Hong Kong skyline.
Yeah, this is the entire Hong Kong skyline. We came out here to do a picture, but as you can see, it's so freaking smoggy. You can barely see the city. It looks terrible.
And it's actually fairly clear compared to some days. It's just that there's no texture anywhere. It's flat. There's nothing going on. No
Flat
clouds
as
above.
you mean no clouds?
Yeah, there's no interest at all.
So are we just going to scrap this entire shot from the tutorial?
At this point, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Hong Kong has been the most problems of anywhere we shot on this entire thing.
It typically is. We have haze this time of year. In the summer, you still get haze, but you also get torrential downpour and monsoon, so...
What we're trying to do here, we've got this telephoto lens shooting the moon way up there. Let's see if we can see this. And so the moon is sliding through the frame as we record. And we just wanted to have some shot to show that it was night. Here we've got the Sony. We're just rolling video. Ideally, we would shoot long exposures, images, and then make them time lapses because the water's going to look kind of bad in this time lapse. But we don't want to have to deal with editing raws and everything for every single time lapse. We're taking like 20 time lapse a day now, so we don't have enough time to manually do every one.
See where the moon is right there? I'm calibrating the moon's position on my phone, and I'm going to say that it's calibrated. And now when I move this around, I can actually say, there's the Milky Way actually right there. We can actually see it over Hong Kong tonight if we obviously couldn't see it
That's
around.
crazy.
We had some pretty incredible meals while we were in Hong Kong, but I have to say, one of my favorites was something that I never thought they'd have: Mexican food.
Where's your hat? Put your hat on.
We can't take you seriously without the hat.
Yeah, get your hat on. Gandalf is explaining how the bathrooms work in Cambodia, where we're going next.
They have grips there, so you have to plant your feet and you have to squat down. And when you're done, there's a bucket of water that you can fill up, and you ladle water in until it kind of equals itself out.
Why would I ladle water?
Because you don't want to leave the big, pile of shit in this thing for the next person.
Now that we were accurately dressed as Hong Kong tourists, it was time for us to venture downtown and experience the unique Asian nightlife.
This is just a weird thing to walk into.
This is Hong Kong, right?
This is Hong Kong. This will never make behind the scenes.
Yes, it will. It may be a montage, but it's going to make the behind the scenes. Just got pulled into a strip club. The girls grabbed him and pulled him inside. Oh, he's in trouble.
too. Like, I expect to go in and be like, oh, this is like a cool place, but it's not. It's like, sit in a seat and then stare at yourself in a mirror. It's like really weird.
While we were in Hong Kong, the pole torture video became viral. And of course, after having a few drinks, we had to try this out for ourselves.
Okay, so the whole thing is we're gonna wrap our legs around this, lower Patrick down. We're gonna see if he gets stuck on this pole. This is a viral internet video.
Yes.
Let's test it out.
And it's for science.
Yeah, for science.
This is so easy to get out of.
Yeah, you didn't do that right. You didn't do that right.
I guess I can just do this though.
Something's not right.
That's not right, man.
Whereabouts is Amazonia?
Oh, it's like
It's right there.
right or left.
Maybe we should go with them. We should go with these guys. Let's go with them. Come on, let's go. Let's go. So what drugs are you currently on?
I'm on the drug of happiness.
Drug of happiness.
Do you guys live here or work here or you're on holiday?
Actually, I work here, I live here, and I'm on holiday at the same time.
Don't stop.
This girl just spread pizza in my beard. No, I've already had it.
No, because you're gonna pay me out to be the bitch, and I'm gonna show.
No, wait.
I don't think you understand what our website is about. Where did you get that hat?
Dude, that bar was pretty cool. You two were talking to she-men. At least Lee was. I don't know who your girl was, but
She was Scottish.
somehow I came out with a hat. I would say this is Elias' hat, but the reality is we've exchanged hats so many times tonight. Subscribe to our channel for next week's episode as we explore even more of Hong Kong, take an incredible photograph of the city, and we get denied in the airport when Vietnam Air will not let us board our flight.
We get the documents, and where did they go?
They've closed up, they're done. They're done.